Hi everyone, it is Sylvan from Sylvan's Way, and today I want to share with you the Sacred Wood Oracle by Annie Stegg Gerard. And this deck I stumbled across because I know I've mentioned it before in other videos that my husband has been playing D&D since he was knee high. And so, I mean, he's 55. So he has been playing D&D for over 35 years. And we were looking at some D&D artwork because he does love D&D artwork, and we ran across the artwork by Annie. And then I was looking through her website and I was like, oh my gosh, they made a deck. They made a deck with this absolutely gorgeous artwork. So, of course, I had to get it. So, I contacted them and they graciously sent me the Oracle deck as well as this really cute note that came from them. So, I got that. So, it's from Gallery Gerard, and it's easy to get to, gallerygerard.com. And then they also sent me these really cool vinyl stickers of the other artwork, of course, that they have. So let me take these stickers out real quick so we can look at them together. We can enjoy them together. So you have a little wizard. So isn't that one great? And then this looks like a bowl of some sort with mummy wrappings around him, which is fantastic. And of course, you know, you got to have your trolls with the big stick, of course, of course. And then there's the beautiful horned maiden. And then there is this dwarf. So I love all of the artwork that she makes. It is so pretty, and I'm really honored to have this deck in my collection and to be able to share it with you. So everything about this deck is beautiful. The production of it is such high quality. So of course it comes in this beautiful box with the gold gilding and the magnetic flip, and then on the inside of the box it has this gorgeous sticker background thing. And it's got it both on the inside and the outside of the lid. And of course, it has this little string, so it's easy to get the cards out of it. So the box is gorgeous. So, I mean, it can only go uphill from there, right? And then we have the guidebook. Now, the guidebook is a hardcover guidebook. So you get this mini gorgeous guidebook in the deck as well. So let's look at the guidebook really quick. So it was copyrighted in 2024, so it hasn't been out very much. And maybe I've seen this on one or two other channels. Maybe I just missed the boat on this one. I'm not really sure because it's only September 2025, so I don't know how I missed it, but I did for some reason. So anyway, so it's 2024, and then it goes into the foreword, so how it was created, and then it goes right into the actual cards. So it doesn't give you background on what an oracle is and spreads and all that kind of stuff. And I don't think that's really necessary. What I think is necessary is what they gave you. And so you have a beautiful full color image of the artwork with the title, and then a key phrase. I would say it's like a key phrase. Then we have the title again here. We have the message. We have about, which tells you about what's going on in the actual image, and then an extended message. So they do that for each one of these cards. So I feel like this is more than enough in a guidebook, and it's absolutely adorable. I also want to point out that this guidebook is also high quality made. It was not put together with just glue, because you can see the stitching right here in the guidebook. So I love it. I think it's fantastic. It's everything I'm looking for. I mean, do I like a good, thick, chunky guidebook with a lot of information in it? Heck yeah, I do. I really do like a guidebook that has all of that in it. But this is lovely and simple. just within itself. So what we'll do is after we look at the cards, we'll actually do a reading out of the guidebook so that you can see or you can hear what the guidebook actually, how it reads, like the messages from it. Let's look at the cards themselves. So these are the cards, and there are 44 cards. So there's 44 cards that come with this deck, and it is so lovely. Look at this outside border that's on all of these cards. This beautiful border on the cards. And so each card, it's got this more like muted earth tone colors, very Dungeons and Dragons, very earth centered, makes me feel like I'm walking through a forest and visiting with forest fae and forest creatures. Each card is numbered at the top, and then it has the title of the card as well as that key phrase of the card. The actual cards themselves are your normal oracle size cards. So we have that. So they're the normal oracles. There is no gilding on it, which is fine. I think I'm going to gild mine in gold because I think that it will really accent these gorgeous, gorgeous backs. Look at the gold on the back of these cards, and that same motif that is the outline or the border of the cards themselves, it's followed through on the back side of this card. Now this card is, backs are not reversible, so we can't flip it over. We would know. However, these oracle cards did not have any descriptions in the guidebook with reversals, so I wouldn't expect their backs to have reversals either. As far as the cardstock, it is a nice thick cardstock, and it does have some give, and it does bounce back. So I think these are some high quality, nice cards that they've made here. So let's flip through and actually look at these cards really quick because they're absolutely gorgeous. Actually, let's zoom in a little and I'll put them down on the table. Let's see if we do it like this. So you can see what they would look like in a reading as we lay them out side by side. That is the 44 cards. Aren't they gorgeous? I think my favorite one, there's a card in here that has like frogs dancing around in a circle. Let me see if I can find it really quick. And I absolutely, absolutely love it. I love it so much. I'm seriously thinking about getting the print from them so I could put it up on my wall. Sure, of course, you know, when I'm looking for it, I'm not finding it. Oh my goodness. Of course, of course. Well, I'll have to point it out when, oh, there they are. Oh my gosh, look at them. Look at these guys. Look at them. I just love it. I love it. This is my favorite image in the entire deck. I can't believe it. These frogs dancing around a fire is just absolutely fabulous. It's so good. So like I said, I'm seriously thinking about ordering the print so I could put this up on my wall. My downstairs bathroom is very foresty themed, and I have other images like this up in the bathroom with of course some crystals and rocks and all that kind of stuff. And so I think that this would go great in that bathroom. Pretty much anywhere in my house, to tell you honestly, this image would go really well. So anyway, so let's see what it shuffles like. Let's shuffle this deck. I'm sure it's going to be just fine, because there's not, even though this is a little bit thicker of a cardstock, there's not so many of them that you can't shuffle them. And it's really nice. Look at that. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Shuffles like a dream. Look at that. Oof. Okay, let's do some hand over hand, because I know, I wonder how many times people grimace when they see me do a riffle shuffle with a beautiful deck like this. But I can't help it. I just love the swoosh. I love it. So I've never said that I am the nicest to my cards. I like to shuffle them like that. That's just the way it is. I know so many people who would never, ever, ever shuffle a beautiful deck like this, like that. But that is my preferred way of shuffling, because for me, this just doesn't seem like it shuffles the deck well enough. So anyway, but it does overhand shuffle. And we're going to read this card, since that one popped out. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't seem to do the spread as well. There you go. I mean, it's there. It's not perfect, but it's definitely doable. Okay, so let's read The Keeper of the Secrets. Preserve trust. So let's look that up. So that's 22. Preserve the trust. Reflect on the role that discretion plays in your life and the importance of safeguarding words said in secrecy. About. Moths are naturally associated with the light, embodying the mysterious and the hidden. Their elusive nature reflects the idea that secrets are not always visible or easily understood. So she has moths flying around her. So that's what it's really focusing on in the image. The extended message is respect the trust placed in you by maintaining secrecy when necessary, and recognize the power that comes with discretion. At the same time, consider the balance between protecting others' privacy and ensuring your own well-being. In doing so, you preserve trust and create a space where honesty and integrity can flourish. So that's really nice. I like that. So simple, straight to the point. And of course, I just saw the frogs were the card before it, so we're going to read that one too. So this one is honor relationships. The message is friendship is a cherished connection, enriching our lives and providing support through all of our journey's ups and downs. Nurture these bonds with care and compassion. About. The toad's metamorphosis from tadpole to adult represents the transformative nature of relationships. Through the stages of a relationship, from initial attraction to deep companionship, growth and change are natural and necessary. The extended message, reach out to those who uplift and inspire you. Be open to deepening those connections. True friends offer both comfort and challenge, helping you grow and thrive. Allow the joy of meaningful companionship to soothe and strengthen you. I think I really needed to hear this message. Thank you, Spirit. I needed that. I've got goosebumps. Oh my gosh. I needed to hear this. So had a personal moment there. Sorry on camera. But so I'm already in love with this. I'm so in love with this deck. This is a really good deck, and I love the guidebook. And it just right away gave me a message that I really needed to hear. So I also wanted to do some pairings with this. So of course, my very first pairing, I thought, well, Dungeons and Dragons, medieval times, and then these beautiful forest-like fey creatures. I thought, well, what would go better than maybe like the Tarot of Paul's Moon. So this is a medieval type deck made from medieval images. And I just thought, or manuscripts, medieval manuscripts. And I thought maybe that might go really well with it. So let's take a look. Let's do a little zoomy zoom in. Oh, that's a little too close. Take a little peek at it. Okay. So we have Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles with the Serpent Queen. Wow, a lot of queens there. Wow. I think these go great together. I don't always have to have the art style match to enjoy the overall feeling. And this majestic feeling that you get with these decks together is just amazing. The other thing that I really like about these medieval paintings that we have, the manuscript type things, is that there's like this mystical part of it. Like, look at this guy is stuffing this guy into this like demon's mouth here. To me, that kind of mystical imagery goes with, I mean, this is harsher, but goes with this mystical imagery. And also the colors. So this has got that like brownish kind of outside border, and there's a lot of brown in these cards themselves. So I feel like they go really well. I think that the gold that was used also kind of like makes it pop and go together. So I definitely think this is a winner. Yeah, definitely. Okay, I'm going to pause it and we're going to show you the next one. Okay, so that last deck was an independent deck. So I thought, well, maybe if we could find an old school medieval type deck that is mass market, that would probably be a good thing to show. So I found the old style tarot, and I think this would be really good with the sacred wood. So let's take a look at that. So like right away, it looks great. I like the fact that there is this little bit of border around some of the cards that goes with this border here. And the softer tones of it also go. And of course the colors. The colors go perfect with it. So let's take a flip through some of these and look at them. Of course, any of these medieval type decks, I probably could have pulled out like several more from my stash and to show you, and that I think that it would go with it great. And of course it does. Look at that. It's just so pretty. So this is another winner. I think that if you have this deck and you got the sacred wood, it would definitely go with it. Look at that. I'm going to have a hard time choosing which one of these decks I want to use with this oracle. It is just so pretty. Look at that. It just goes really, really well. Okay, so I don't want to spend a ton of time on each one of these. I don't want to make my video too long. So let's look at the next one. Now, the Sacred Wood Oracle has just such a beautiful, mystical, soft appeal to it that I thought maybe the Meraki Tarot, I'm sorry, I always say this wrong. The Meraki Tarot might go really well with it because it has that same really soft, very mystical feel to it. So I wanted to see what these looked like together. And see how soft this is? It really goes with the softness of this. It's almost like it's really similar type of artwork. The colors are a little more purples and pinks. It looks like what we'll flip through. Let's see if the colors change on each one of the cards comparatively. So it looks like the Meraki, sorry, I feel bad saying it wrong, is a little more blue pink. But I do think the softness really goes well with the Sacred Wood Oracle. It has that soft, whimsical, mystical type feeling. Maybe just a little too blue pink. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it's too blue pink? Or do you think because of the soft, mystical, whimsical colorations that they actually go together? What do you think? I'll flip past that for you. What do you guys think of that? I don't know. I kind of like it. Both of them are just absolutely gorgeous decks. Either way you slice it, absolutely gorgeous. Okay, let's look at the next one. Okay, and then the next one, I thought, what other, I would say, forest, mystical, soft vibe deck would go well with this that's not a medieval folklore kind of deck. And then I thought, oh my gosh, the Guardian of the Night Tarot. That would probably go really well. So I wanted to see what those look like next to each other. And I like the different borders. I really like how this is almost a gray brown border goes, it kind of like feeds off of the border of the Guardian of the Night Tarot. Just wanted to see how these would play together. I feel like they go because all of the images are set, because this particular deck of MJ's is soft. The lines aren't real strong around the images, so it gives it that soft kind of mystical feel, and it's definitely very forest, very animal, and I feel like those play well with each other, though this probably isn't a perfect pairing. I can't help it. I keep going back to the decks that are, oh my gosh, I'm losing the word. The medieval, there we go. The medieval. I mean, because I think maybe I'm stuck on that this artist is a D&D type artist. They do like calendars, D&D calendars and stuff like that. So I keep kind of falling back to D&D. So every time I'm looking at this deck, I just feel like I have to pair it with a medieval deck. And I thought by trying these last two decks with it that are not medieval, that maybe I would find, a different way to look at it, but I'm still looking at it that way. I'm still like, oh my gosh, this is like my D&D deck. So I'm still stuck on that. So even though these are lovely and I do think that they work together, I don't feel like they are a perfect pair. So we're going to look at the very last one, the very last pairing that I have for this. So hold on just 1 second. Okay, this is my last one, and I saved it for last because I thought that it would be the perfect pairing. And it's the Pagan Otherworlds, of course. I mean, this is definitely like, it's pagan, it's Otherworlds, it's D&D to me, 100%. And I didn't plan this out, But I think it's amazing that the cards that came out first was the Queen of Swords and the King of Wands looking at the card in the middle. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like that's like a message. Like, yeah, this is the one. We want to work with this deck. And it feels like that to me. I love, even though this is lighter, the Pagan Otherworlds is lighter, I like that all of them have these borders. All of them have this soft, mystical, kind of muted, natural, earthy colors that it's worked with. I mean, it's just, I think this is going to be my pairing. And I think I might end up using this for not September, because I already have my deck that I'm working with for September. But it might be my October deck. Maybe I might push it to November, because I feel like I need a spooky deck for October. But I think this would be a great final harvest deck. I mean, just look at that. It is just absolutely gorgeous together. I mean, Pagan Otherworlds, to begin with, is one of my favorite decks, and I would say probably one of my more beautiful decks that I have in my entire collection. And I would also put, now that I've seen the Sacred Wood Oracle, I feel like that is one of my most beautiful oracle decks. And then to put them together, to have this beautiful merging of these two absolutely gorgeous decks together, I think they were made for each other. It's just, they are playing so well. I mean, this dark brown that is on the outside border, look at how it plays with the dark brown in the actual Pagan Otherworld decks. It's like they play together. They play off of each other. And it is absolutely stunning and so beautiful. Oh, I love this death card. It's like one of my favorite death cards. Oh my gosh. So tell me what you think. What do you think of, out of all of the pairings, like, do you think the Pagan Otherworlds, are you blown away like I am about the Pagan Otherworlds matching with the Sacred Wood Oracle? Let me know what you think of that. Okay, let me put this away and we'll do a summary. Okay, so in summary, that was the Sacred Wood Oracle by Annie Stegg Gerard, and I absolutely love it. I think it's going to probably very quickly become one of my most favorite oracle decks in my collection. It is very mystical. It is very earth-centered. It's very forest-centered. It includes fae and mystical creatures, which I absolutely love. I think this is a perfect deck for end of summer, early fall and autumn. Perfect time when the leaves are dark green before they change or on the verge of changing. I think this would be a great deck for right now in September into October. You could even use this deck. I mean, if you are a seasonal deck user, I also see myself using this as a daily draw, so I can definitely see using that. And I also think this would be a really good deck to include with tarot decks, such as, of course, the Pagan Otherworlds, and using it as this signifier that what your reading is going to be about, or your main overarching idea of your individual reading, your oracle for your reading. So I think it would be great as that. I think that these would be really good cards for doing types of journaling, to think about the information that's shared in the guidebook about that community aspect, about keeping secrets, that's what was talked about friendships, how they grow and they change. So I felt like those, gave you tidbits of things to think about for being able to do journaling about things that are going on in your life. So I think that would be a great way to use this deck as well, is for journaling prompts. So it seemed like from the readings that this deck would be great for relationship type readings, for seasonal type readings, and like I said, of course, for journaling. So that is my review of the Sacred Wood Tarot. Let me know what you think. What would you pair it with? Did you like any of the pairings that I paired it with? Do you have this deck? How do you use this deck if you have it? All of that kind of stuff. And of course, thank you so much to the Gerard Gallery for sharing this deck with me and allowing me to review it on my channel. I really appreciate you. I appreciate everyone who's watching this, and I appreciate them for sending me the deck. So until next time, thank you very much. I'll talk to you later. See you later. Bye.